Welcome everyone to another video on this channel. If there's ever been a video you should watch, it's definitely this one in my opinion. Today we'll be rating the newest Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Omega, of course. I've been meaning to do this for a while, but I've just been busy, so if you're new here, let me explain how we rate the units. So the units are going to be rated in 8 different criteria. I will list the criteria in descending order of importance. So number 1 and most important is the effectiveness in difficult events. Number 2 is their passive. Number 3 is their super attack effects. Number 4 is their animations. Number 5 is their leader skill. Number 6 is the number of categories. Number 7 is the link set. And number 8 it is held to categories that are small and the help. Right. At the end of this video, we'll be sharing my final thoughts and ratings for both the new units, and I'll also share my tier list at the end. And so let's get into it. Right, let's start with Omega. Now, Omega, at the start, I didn't really think very highly of him, I'm gonna be honest, but the more I've seen of him, the easier that he's got on his team, and in general, the more I see, the better I think of him right now. Let's start with effectiveness in difficult events, the most important criteria. Omega, at the start I didn't think highly of him. I thought he was gonna struggle, but the more I've seen of him, he does crazy damage, which is needed in the difficult events. The support he gives to the whole team is diabolical, and the GT bosses team needed that. Well, his whole leader skill needed that. The extreme units needed that, so that's good. I thought he wasn't gonna be that great defensively. He's better than I thought, but he's not insane at it. He doesn't have guard, which we'll get into the passive later, but he doesn't have guard. And I think he can dominate right now with the new Zs. His team can take on pretty much every event in the game right now. So yeah, I originally didn't have him high, but after looking at him and all, I'm gonna say his effectiveness in difficult events is a 9. I'm not gonna give him 9.5 or a 10, cause I have Goku Black at 9.5, and I think Goku Black he doesn't offer as much as Omega, but he definitely can tank better. He has his heal with Zamasu, and he buffs other. Omega does buff more his whole team, I guess. He doesn't need to reach turn 4. But I don't know. Maybe I'll change that in the future. But for right now, I definitely have him as a 9 out of 10 in difficult events. Now, if we get into his passive, I touched upon it briefly, but he doesn't have guard. It does have 60% damage reduction with Rainbow Key Sphere, and the 2-turn support is insane for extreme class allies. Defense for 70% is great, especially if you have 2 of these guys in the same team. Great stuff. Rainbow Key Sphere changer, obviously great. Doing 5 more attacks, even more Rainbow Key Spheres, great. The only thing that sucks is this, needing extreme class allies. They didn't have to do Omega like this. It could have been like just 1 more GT bosses character, maybe even 2. Maybe that would be too much, but it didn't need to be all extreme class allies. I know that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta can't even be on his team anyway, but if he was leading Shadow Dragon Saga, which we'll get into the leader skill later, having this could have been detrimental, and in the future this is gonna hold him back for sure. I know this is not much, but it's still something. I mean, for 4 turns is huge, right? But it's fine. Other than that, I'm fairly happy with his active skill. Conditions, obviously very good. The support is crazy. I'm fairly happy with that. So because he doesn't have a guard, and this takes a few points for me, genuinely. I mean, they didn't have to do him like that, but yeah. For his passive, I'm gonna give him a 8.5 out of 10. Now, let's get into his super attack effects. Super attack effects: 12 key, raises defense for 1 turn, causes constant damage, and greatly lowers attack and defense. This so underrated in my opinion. I love when people are lowering attack and defense, great stuff. And this is, in my opinion, one of the best things you can have as a super attack. Raising defense for multiple turns is great. Also this, very useful. Ever since this mechanic was debuted, very useful. So I know he doesn't get a tag on his super attack effect, but I didn't really take off points for that, but because he already does enough damage anyway. So my rating for his super attack effect is a 9.5 out of 10. Now animations, a bit lackluster. Now we're getting into the criteria that don't matter that much, but animations, they could have been better, I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. But I mean, Gogeta took the whole budget, so this is the let me see his active skill. The actual super attacks, not great. Oh come on, dokkanbattle. Anyway, super attack effects, honestly not that great. Sorry, super attack. Oh my god, I'm fumbling my words. Super attack animations, not that great, meaning the 12 key and the 18 key. But his active skill does look great, so, and his intro, so yeah, I'm gonna give him, because the bar is so high right now with animations, I'm gonna give him an 8.5 out of 10. Now let's get into the leader skill. This actually matters. When I saw this, my first reaction was, yes, he's got 3 leader skills, he needed this. And then you realize one is GT bosses, which I mean I know has got a lot of buzz now with EZAs, but it's not gonna keep getting a lot of buzz in the future. Now in human dates and power absorption, I'm fairly happy with. You've got a lot of extreme class allies have come out, and I love that. And he has Battle of Fate, but I just wish GT bosses was switched with Shadow Dragon Saga, because he could lead Shadow Dragon Saga, then he could have Gogeta on his team with the Battle of Fate extra. But then again, these freaking entrance animations would make it worse. Leader skill, I'm fairly happy with, honestly. At the start I wasn't very happy with it, but now I am. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. I'm not going crazy over it, but it's pretty good. Right, let's get into his categories. How I do categories is basically the number of categories. As you can see, Omega does lag in this. I give basically half a point per category, so if you have 20 categories then you get 10 out of 10. Omega has 7 categories, so he gets a 3.5 out of 10, which is low. It is low. Link skill, I'm obviously very happy with. He gets a 9.5 out of 10. I mean, having big bad bosses, GT, fair 5. Shadow Dragons is the only one that I could have taken out points, but considering we're getting a lot of support for this guy, lots of Shadow Dragons EZing, it's fine. No, I'm not gonna be harsh on him and take points out, so he gets a 9.5 out of 10. And help to categories that need it, definitely. I mean, GT bosses, Shadow Dragon Saga, and he's just, the support he gives is crazy, so he gets a 9.5 out of 10 on that one. Now let's get into what everyone's been looking forward to. Let's get into Gogeta. Hey everyone, Editor Rosen here. I just very quickly wanted to emphasize that I've been meaning to post this video for like 7 days, but I haven't had the time to edit and stuff. So I just wanted to apologize for not posting for the past few days, but we have been getting a lot of views throughout this anniversary, so I just wanted to thank you guys very much for watching. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe. I will be working hard on this video because I'm really passionate about this, and yeah, I'll leave and let you get back to what you were watching, I guess. Bye. Now, if you've read the title correctly, you might guess what my rating for Gogeta will be, but I just want to preface this, I'm very happy with Gogeta. He's the most fun unit in the game. He's pretty much the best unit in the game in events. And I'll show you with my ratings, but I don't want people to think that I'm underrating Gogeta. I definitely think this guy is the best unit in taking on tough events right now in the game, for sure. Right, let's get into it. So, effectiveness in tough events. I'm gonna just start with this. He's a 10 out of 10. I only give 10 out of 10 ratings on the #1 unit in that category, and right now Gogeta is the #1 unit to take on difficult events. He does insane damage. Most difficult events right now are beam super attacks, so he counters them. The support he gives to his team is crazy. He guards, he has damage reduction. He's always pretty much at 24 key. He just can be placed in slot 1, no problem. This has no restriction on what slot he can be in. Just very, very happy with him. He's the most fun unit in the game right now, for sure. Now, let's get into his passive skill, right? Passive, extremely happy with it. This, very good, okay. I know he might be limited in the future, but right now GT Hero is good enough. You just need 2 more. Just bring physical Super Saiyan for Gogeta. I mean, he's in the top 5 units in the game right now anyway, so you're bringing him and just bring another Super Saiyan 4 and you're fine. Perfectly fine. Obviously, huge. And this is the difference with Gogeta and Omega. Gogeta just gets this. In whatever team you're gonna put him in, you're probably gonna get this. Omega just needs full extreme plus allies, which I do not understand why they did that, but sure. Obviously, raw stats, crazy. He gets 200, 200, 300, 300, crazy stats. Damage reduction, 50%, just base. Crates, he just crates all the time. He anyway has effectiveness against all types. He's not a problem, as I mentioned. He does a lot of attacks. He has the 2 different procs for the Key Plus counter, and this is very easy to get. The 3 more attacks, and these are very easy to get, especially in longer events, if Gogeta doesn't delete the event. So yeah, just overall very happy. He gets a 9.5 out of 10 on his passive. Now let's get into his super attack effects, and this is the first time I'm gonna take points off of Gogeta and his super attack effects. There's only one reason for it. It's basically the same as Omega, he just doesn't get defense. And I swear, he does take damage, and I've shown it in one of my last videos against the stage 6, the physical Gogeta. And he doesn't do a beam super, so Gogeta took it for like 600k, but a 55% Gogeta. But then again on the same turn with a bit of support he took 200%. So he can get damaged, but if only he just got, even on just a 12k he got some defense, then he would be able to tank those supers even better. And maybe you'll say that's too much, he'd be too broken, but I mean Super Saiyan for Gogeta, he can he be too much? I don't know, I don't think so. So he gets a 9 out of 10. I just took 0.5 points out of him, so it's fine. Do I even have to talk about animations? Best animations in the game. I mean, Barry's was telling me I have to give him 11 out of 10, but I can't do that. I will break my formula that I use to calculate. I don't know why dokkanbattle doesn't work, but it would break my formula that I use to calculate the final rating, so it's fine. He gets a 10 out of 10. Leader skill. Okay. Even before Gogeta's info was out, I was praying they didn't give him GT Heroes, but they did. And I know you're gonna say GT Heroes is good right now, but GT Heroes won't keep getting buffs all the time. I mean, guys, before the 10th and before these guys, like what were the buffs? Super Saiyan for Gogeta right here, like that's it. Okay, so GT Heroes not that great of a leader skill. Especially, I do not give high ratings to units that have one leader skill. That's not good enough in my opinion. So like for example, the Goku Black unit, the super bosses, I gave him a 7.5 out of 10. So this Gogeta I'm giving him an 8 out of 10 because GT Heroes is definitely better than super bosses. Now the number of categories for Gogeta, I was surprised they were this low. Just 12 categories. I mean, it just goes to show the difference between tag characters and this type of character. Obviously great teams, don't get me wrong, but just surprising. For some reason I thought Gogeta would be more teams. I mean, this Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he's on 20 plus teams. How many teams are these guys on? Like for example, let me just check. Something similar, they are on 15. So yeah, but like I explained with Omega, they get half a point per category, so Gogeta gets a 6 out of 10, which is low. It is low, it's gonna tank his final rating, but it's fine. He got the good ratings in the important stuff. Now Link's skills, obviously it's a 9.5 out of 10. He's got Kamehameha, Saiyan Road is amazing, GT is amazing, obviously if he's battle better, he gets Super Saiyan, he just shocking speed maybe is just one thing, but doesn't matter. This type of character, this level of character, doesn't matter. And help to teams that need it, he does obviously help GT Heroes. I gave him an 8.5 out of 10 in that category. Maybe a bit harsh, but it's whatever. So, it's time. It is time to give you guys my final ratings for both units. Let's get to Omega first. Right. My final rating for Omega. Drumroll please. Omega gets an 8.58 out of 10. Which slots him in my ratings for the summonable 2025 units as in number 7. I know it seems a bit low, but he's just barely below Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the AGL one. I mean, they both have, I gave both of them pretty much the same ratings, which I think they are comparable units. I mean, Omega's support is a lot better, and that I did give him a better rating for that in the help category. But where Goku gets the upper hand is literally just the number of categories. Right, so I just checked. Literally the only place that Goku has higher criteria ratings is literally just the leader skill. Omega has better animations, Omega has a better leader skill, Omega gives better help to teams that need it, but still Goku gets on top because of the number of categories. It's very close between the two. It's literally like a 0.1 out of 10 difference. So I'd say he's on the Super Saiyan 4 Goku train, Omega. Now, time to reveal what everyone's been waiting for according to the thumbnail and the my title. It's time to decide if we have a new king in the game, and my final rating for Gogeta is, drumroll please, a 9.37 out of 10, which slots him in slot number 2, with the blue still at number 1 at 9.55. So it's very close between the two, I'm gonna be honest. So here's my tier list. Now I know this might be a bit controversial of a tier list for some people, but hear me out on this, okay? Gogeta is the most fun unit in the game, okay? I'm not debating that. Best animations, best unit against the toughest events, and he did get a higher rating than the blues on all of those criteria in my rating system. But the blues do have a bit on top of them, which is in the number of categories and the leader skill for sure. Now, I know maybe the number of categories for you guys, maybe it's not that important, but it is important for me, especially if we're if missions keep being like a big source of dragon stones, you need your unit to be on a lot of teams so you can use them to help you defeat those missions, in my opinion. Furthermore, let's be honest right now, okay? If a new difficult event dropped, we didn't know if it was like beam supers or anything else. If you had to choose one unit to bring, which was probably gonna be your leader, you'd pick the blues over Gogeta because they are a lot better defensively and they are the safe option. Let's be honest. They'll also age better than Gogeta in my opinion. They're a lot more versatile than Gogeta. And they can be used in a lot more teams and they don't require someone with Cyan Roar, GT Links or anything like that. They can just be placed on a team and they will age better because maybe they'll even be placed in slot 3 and they'll be fine, right? I know having Gogeta as a standalone Super Saiyan for Gogeta was hyper AF, but there is a certain grace to being a tag unit, and there's a lot of benefits for that, and I'm glad my rating system can show that they will age better. Maybe Gogeta right now is better in tag events, which is shown in my ratings, but the blues will definitely age better, so I still have them at number 1. So yeah, there you go. As you can tell, I'm fairly passionate about this stuff, so this is of course my opinion, so if you disagree, please let me know in the comment section. I'd love to get some discussion going and I'd love to hear you guys out, so thank you for watching. This video has been one of my favorites to do and I'm gonna put a lot of effort in the editing, and thank you for watching all the way through the end if you did. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Veggie on top, motherfucker.